Today, we want to talk about the pricing. Are you charging enough for your offers? If you're a coach, if you're a spiritual type of mentor or a healer or a holistic professional, it is extremely important to be able to know what the pricing is that is correct, not just for your marketplace, but also for you personally. See, one of the most important components of how well you're going to feel in your business is actually if you are feeling well resourced for doing your soul work. If whatever you're doing, you feel like, okay, this is my thing. This is what I'm meant to do. This is why I'm here on this planet. That's awesome. I'm very happy for you that you already figured out what is it that is your soul work. But are you charging enough for that work? Because if you're not, you're going to see certain indicators that the universe is actually showing you that you're not. Okay. One of the indicators you will see is that you would be attracting types of clients who want from you more that feels right for you to give. So let's say you're a very giving person and you normally give probably more than you even need to, like you're the overgiving type. That's great. A lot of us are this way anyway. But then if it starts to feel like even though you're giving them the universe, something is still pulling on you. Maybe they're requesting more of your time. Maybe something else is happening that feels like an extra thing that kind of like passes that internal desire to give. That means that you're attracting a client that is not the match for the type of work you need to do. So that's actually partially a pricing issue. Another way that you can know, or the universe can reflect to you that you might be charging too little, is if you starting to feel disinterested in what you do, or maybe a little bit annoyed, like maybe you had a sales conversation, maybe you signed a client and you should be happy, right? But instead you kind of feel like, one more person. Or maybe somebody canceled the sales conversation and you start to feel good about it. Like, oh, relief, great, I don't have to do it. So those are all indicators that you're not excited about being fully in your business. When that happens, that also is a clue that life around you is showing you that your internal need or desire or experience of abundance is not matching the external one. So that's why it's very important to kind of internally know, am I charging enough for my service? And it's not about always charging more, because it has to be in integrity. See, it's really important so that you actually get to feel good in your business. Because why did we start entrepreneurial business anyway? Surely not for the reason just to make money. For that, you can have a job. Being an entrepreneur is actually kind of harder than having a job. So the reason that we are here doing this, the reason that you are a coach or somebody who's out there in the world serving people directly, is because you wanted to do it your own way, right? So if you are a type of person who wanted to do your coaching business your own way, and then you kind of feel a little bit off about your pricing, this is for you. Because the charging correctly for what you're offering to the world is the key to being able to progress in your business. And as I said, it's not just about charging more. A lot of my clients start with the number that is matching their wealth container. Wealth container means your capacity to hold wealth energetically. This is what I deal with when I work with my clients. So if you don't know me, I'm Eugenia Oganova, and I am a business strategist and marketing wealth energetics coach. What that means is that I help my clients clear up years of pressure and forcing themselves into strategies that just do not fit them, and instead align their entire business to their soul design, to how they're made in this lifetime, so they can stabilize and grow to 6 figures and multiple 6 figures with ease. That means that integrity is really important in how you're pricing things in your business. Why? Because energetically, integrity means you're in alignment with the universal energy. And if whatever your pricing is not in alignment, you are going to have struggle. A lot of times people kind of mistranslate that as, oh, that means I should price more all the time. Sometimes, yes, that is, but sometimes it also means that maybe you have an offer that is not proportionate to the market that you have. which means if you are choosing to work with a specific group of people, the pricing must match energetics of that group. Okay? Let's say if your pricing is just because you mentally decided on another number and you put a 0 on it, and now you have a offer that is supposedly a high ticket offer, that is not the same thing I'm talking about, because pricing is meant to be attached to what you're actually offering and your wealth capacity. They have to go together. And of course, it has to be that the client can afford your services. So if you are marketing to people who cannot afford you, you will have issues selling your offer. If you are marketing an offer that you yourself cannot energetically hold, you will have issues marketing your offer and selling your offer. And if you have pricing issues from the standpoint of self-worth, from the standpoint of what you believe that this thing actually is worth, in other words, you're not fully sold on your own offer, that's also going to be an issue. In order to price things correctly, you need to first look inside yourself as to what feels right for you. See, most coaches will teach you to start mentally. So you either go and research the market as to what other people charge, or you start to mentally think about your own offer and try to figure out what would be the number that would work for you from the standpoint of, like, if you put all these things like how many calls is in there, like the logistics of your offer. Both strategies are actually energetically incorrect because they are taking out of the account your body and your emotions. And without your body and your emotions being part of your offering, you won't be able to have ease in selling it. And I want that for you. I want you to be able to say, I'm so sold on my offer. This is totally awesome. This is exactly what I want to give to the world. And I know that people who will sign up will have amazing results. And in order for me to give that level of service to the people, this is how much I need to receive back from the universe, so that there is an energy match between what you're putting out and between what is coming back to you to match that. What we give out comes out in the form of your offer, like actually what's in the offer, like the logistics of it kind of aside, but whatever your offer is about, your system, your methodology, and things like that. But also in your caring, also in your ability to hold your client, also in the consistency of your support, and so on. All those components, they are premium level business components. So if you want to up level into a premium level model, because you're already kind of naturally doing these kind of extra things for your clients, but probably not getting paid for it, that is something to think about. Because when you are charging more, you are charging in balance with what you're offering. So we're not talking about more by just randomly putting a 0 on it and saying, now this is this much money. It's not about the money. It's about the energy exchange, and money is energy. So if what you're offering is at the level of, let's say, a $5,000 program, but you're charging for it barely $1,000, there is a discrepancy. You might think you're doing a service to your client by, lowering the price, or you might have an internal issue about your wealth container being too small and not being able to own that your work actually is worth more. But whatever it is you're doing on the inside, those things need to be cleaned up. Otherwise, you are in discrepancy with the universal energy. See, everything in this universe works in syntropy. That means we put energy out into the universe. That's your desire, that's your creative energy, that's your service, all of that. But then we must receive back. And that receiving has to be proportionate to our own lives and to what kind of a conduit we want to be for wealth. When you are pulling in wealth, it is not all for you. So this is another misconception here that I want to speak to, because a lot of times people think that, well, what do I need more money for? Like, I already have my bills paid, or this or that, or maybe your mortgage, or maybe you paid for your kids' college, like whatever it is you wanted, then, you're okay. Why would you charge more? Because energetically, if you're not charging proper to what you're offering, you are in discrepancy to the universal syntropy, which means you're going to have more struggle and your clients will have less results. So if you want your clients to have more results and yourself to have less struggle, you kind of need to actually charge more, even if you, in quotes, don't need the money. But instead, the question then becomes, what could be the money used for? And I know that most women want to use money for their communities. We want to do something for the planet, for the world. So if you right now had extra $5 million, just think about that, extra. Let's say all your things are taken care of, everything, all your needs, whatever. Your house paid off, or maybe you wanted to buy another house, you already have that. You needed to put money away for your kids, whatever, all done. And you still have, let's say, $5 million. What could you think you could be a conduit for? Where could this money could be channeled through you that would benefit the world, that would be of service to your community or to the planet in a whole? Could it be some charitable organization? Could it be creating some system? Could it be building something? Whatever those ideas that started to show up in there, that's how you start to expand your wealth container, so that you stop thinking about selfish needs. Like, my selfish needs are, let's say, taken care of, so then why would I need more money? So this is why I should charge more. Or the other extreme, my selfish needs are not taken care of. This is why I need more money. This is why I need clients, so that I can get the bills paid. Both of them are scarcity way of thinking. And the one that, about like, okay, I don't have the money, I need to pay the bills, it seems very maybe familiar to a lot of people. And the other one maybe less, or it maybe looks better, but it's exactly the same energetic pattern. They both are about scarcity. And there's a little bit of an arrogance in there when we say, oh, I don't need the money. It's not about the need. The need actually is a saboteur in being able to sell your offers for a higher pricing. Because as soon as we go into need, we go into scarcity. This is one thing that I really want you to understand, that when you're pricing your offer, step number one is not checking the market. It's not thinking of how many appointments you're going to have in your offer and logistics as to what you think it's worth. It's actually about, what do I feel I can hold? Imagine numbers, play with them internally, imagine receiving that. And then envision, if you had more, what would you be a conduit for? Where will that wealth go? When you can envision that, you naturally expand your wealth container to match your soul capacity, to match what you're meant to be doing. So this is how we transfer from, this is what my offer is worth based on logistics, and this is what I think I should price it, and now I'm going to struggle to sell it, to the place of, this is natural. This is what my offer is worth, of course, because I'm the one that's delivering that offer. This is how my offer looks. Of course, this is the results my clients have. And of course, these are the types of people I attract. And this is the money, the wealth that I'm pulling in. And then I am the conduit, which means my needs are taken care of. But then through me, extra wealth can go into projects on this planet that are supporting it. This is how we actually progress into this abundance way of being, because universe is an abundant place, and you cannot create abundance out of scarcity. Pricing your offer correctly, you really need to look at, like, where is the issue here? If you're struggling to sell your offer, is it because your pricing is actually too little? Sometimes it's easier to sell something that is higher pricing because it gets you more excited, because it's matching you more. And it's harder to sell something that you kind of don't want to do and going to feel trapped about. Sometimes it's the other way. Maybe you're having an issue pricing higher, and then you're kind of forcing yourself to do it, but there's internal stuff to clean up. Insecurity, some fear, some not enoughness, all those things, that's part of our personal responsibility to really deal with, so that when we show up in the world, we are fully sold on our own offers. Otherwise, we're bringing all our issues to the client. And that's not fair because we're meant to be the mentors to the client, right? Not somebody who's going to be processing all this stuff. Internally, it's a part of self-mastery. This is a lot of what I do with my clients as well, as I help them to be consciously aware of where they are doing something off, to be consciously aware where they are mentally thinking differently than their emotions are experiencing or their body. Because we have many voices inside of us. And if we simplify, let's say 4, you have your soul saying something about your amazing soul mission and the wealth that meant to come through you. And maybe you envision millions of dollars. Maybe you envision owning something for hundreds of millions of dollars and then through that serving the planet. Then there is a mental way of thinking. This is typically kind of comparing and looking at what others are doing and, more of a structural logistical side, which has its place, of course, but never meant to be the navigating factor in your pricing. Then there is an emotional piece. Emotional side of you actually matters tremendously in pricing because energy of your emotion, it's the desired charge when it is soul aligned. So when you are charging well for your offers, you are in a correct internal energy and your inner emotional climate agrees and desires to receive the money. But when your internal client is either in need, like all your emotions are about, I don't have, how do I get, I don't have, how do I get, or I'm struggling, or it's about insecurities. Oh, I don't know if I'm worth this. Oh, I don't know if I can do it. All those things are saboteurs to the aligned higher frequency charge. And abundance is a very much higher frequency charge. People who are able to remain in a high frequency at all times or most of the times are able to pull in incredible abundance and become conduits for how they channel that wealth on the planet. People who have internal insecurities, who minimize themselves, they usually struggle with money as well. So I hope you're starting to understand that the pricing of your offer is not about the logistics or how many appointments you have in there or what somebody else is charging, but it's matching you. So if, let's say, you want to charge $10,000 or $20,000 for your offer or $100,000 for your offer, you can if you energetically can hold it and if what you're providing in integrity actually matching that frequency. That is a very important piece because we always want to be in integrity. It's not about the money, it's about the energy balance. If your work is very unique, if what you're doing no one else on the planet can do, if what you're delivering to your clients is changing their world and not just for the duration of the contract, but ongoing in their life or maybe even next life and the life after that because of what you help them clean up. That is part of the value of what you then need to be able to open up to receiving. So if you know in your heart of hearts that, okay, I'm meant for bigger things, I'm meant for more than what right now is happening in my business, I'm seeing paying clients and I like my clients, but something doesn't quite feel right. I know that it probably should be that, charging more for what I'm offering, but maybe not sure how to do that. Maybe not sure how to market something that is a higher price because you only used to marketing things that are lower price and that attracts incorrect clients. Then you and I should talk. This is literally what I do with my clients. My clients come to me with whatever offer level they have that's usually on the lower side, and then we upgrade that. I've had clients who came to me who were charging $50, $60 per appointment, and then now are selling $6,000, $7,000 programs. I've had coaches who came to me who were already charging $4,000 or $5,000, and then we upgraded that to 15 or 25 even. This is not just about like, okay, how do I, sell a higher offer or where do I find clients who will pay me for that? A lot of it is an internal work. And I'm not a typical business coach because I connect both sides. I unite this multidimensional spiritual approach and being in integrity and standing for the highest values and understanding the energetics of your business, of yourself, and how the universe works so that you can utilize that side in your business and become masterful at that. So then you're actually enjoying your business. And I also unite with that a very practical, grounded business strategy, because both are required for you to be well resourced for doing your soul work. So if what I'm saying is activating light bulbs in you and you're kind of going like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I was looking for. I know I should be charging more, but I just don't know how. I know I'm working with the clients that maybe not quite the perfect clients for me. And some are maybe amazing, but not everyone. I know that I need to be saying something different to attract the types of people with whom I would be very happy working and who will be paying me the pricing that I actually want to be paid, but I kind of don't know what to say to them to pull them in. Then this is exactly what I do in my programs. So definitely reach out, put a heart emoji in the comments, and we can connect. We'll set up a business soul strategy call, which is a free call. And then I will look at your current business situation. Like, where are you now with your pricing? Where are you now with your offers? What are you actually selling, and is it aligned? Where do you want to get to? What do you envision being the conduit for? What kind of a mission you have that you believe is part of like how you meant to serve, and how much wealth you want to move through you? And then we will create a plan. I will show you what's missing or what might be in the way between you and that kind of a vision. And then if we are aligned to work together, I can show you how I can help you specifically to get that plan to happen in the material reality. So reach out, leave a heart emoji in the comments, and we will talk soon. My love to you.